So over 60% of small businesses in the United States are actually founded or co-founded by women. That's the good news. However, if you go into venture-backed, right, so that they need more capital than you can get from bank loans or whatever else. I just saw a recent article that said 6.5% of venture capital-backed companies have women founders or co-founders. I've seen numbers as high as 10%. Those numbers are not encouraging. Probably part of the reason from that standpoint is on the other side, my side of the business, I'm now an entrepreneur having co-founded my fund after being at a large firm for 15 years where I was the only woman for 10 of those years. Now there are no women left at my former firm, which is not unusual. Less than 4.5% to 6% of the investors on the venture capital side are women. And it is a business very much of sort of networking and qualified referrals into your potential investor, right? You're investing at the seed stage a few $100,000 to $5 to $10 million at the initial investment in what is a very early stage startup. And so the quality of the referral that you get is a big part of it. And it's no surprise to me that people tend to know other people who are sort of like them. There have been tons of studies in social science that show that. So the number of women who are coming forward at most of these, at most venture partnerships to be presented at the partnership level for a final investment decision is very small. That's because the other usually white male guys who went to the same 5 or 6 schools have very deep networks for people who look a lot like them. So I'm happy to say, as Denise was saying, in my investment career over the last 15 years, I now have over a third, I wish it was 50%, over a third of my companies have women founders or co-founders. 3 of them are in this room, and I have several others. And I think that is, the bar is exactly the same. But I think that it's easier for, I see a lot more opportunities in women-backed companies, as will my co-founder Jennifer. And sort of, I think that part of what is, so here's the good news. What I see that's getting better is the number of women founders in venture-backed companies has been increasing over the last 15 years, and there's been a market increase in the last 4 to 5 years. And we're seeing as successful entrepreneurs, which Tori has done now, oftentimes then go on to become individual angel investors or seed investors in other companies, and some of those end up becoming professional investors. That's a well-worn path. So I'm now starting to see sort of that first part of that cycle, more women starting companies, more women investing in other startups, not just women, but they tend to know those other women, so at least a portion of their investment portfolio. So it's a pipeline problem, different from the STEM pipeline problem, but at least the numbers are going the right way with the entrepreneur side.